Girl, you're probably watching this video because chances are life feels exhausting. Like, you're tired of working, of trying so hard, of juggling all of these responsibilities, and it feels so overwhelming. The stress has gotten to you, the constant I should do this, the to-do lists are piling up, and it's just not it. You just want to break free from this cycle, and I get it. But what if I told you that there's an easier way? A way for you to actually enjoy the process while still getting to where you want to be or doing the things that you have to do. Once I've applied this concept into my life, or like this approach of doing things, it's completely changed the game. Well, the secret is simple, and that is deciding to feel good. And that's what I want to dive into in today's video. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Trixie, and welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things self-development and spirituality to help you become your best and brightest self. So if you're into that, go subscribe to my channel. Ever since we were young, we were conditioned to believe that hard work equals success. Success only comes from grinding nonstop. You should put your blood, sweat, tears, your whole effort in order for you to achieve your goals. And yes, that concept is still very much important. Effort is important, and people admire you for your hard work. But at what cost? Because at some point, that drive, when you push yourself to do certain things, when it gets too much, it turns into self-punishment, which is very toxic. It's you push yourself to the extremes. That grind culture, it gets romanticized now. It's becoming normal for you to push yourself or to work that hard. It comes to the point where your entire identity becomes tied up in how much you work, how productive you are that day, and how much you do. And if you feel like you're not productive, you feel like you're not enough. I get it, that belief is just so deeply ingrained. That's why we work hard, because we feel like we are not enough. Ask yourself, what has that really brought you? It has brought you more stress, burnout, a constant low mood, zero motivation to do anything. You right now, that's why you're probably watching this. So how do you break free? The first step is to decide. What I mentioned earlier, deciding to feel good right now. I recently read this book called Feel Good Productivity by Ali Abdaal. It's such a great book. I really recommend it. The whole thesis statement of that book is the secret to productivity isn't discipline, but joy. It all comes down to how you choose to approach the things that you do. So, for example, just to help illustrate the point better, take two people. One is oh no, I have so much to do, I can't handle this, I'm stressed, I need 3 cups of coffee, I won't sleep tonight, I'm gonna sacrifice my sleep for this, I really have to finish this. If I don't finish this, I'm dead, I'm screwed. While the other person is I'm gonna choose to feel good first. I don't have to do this, I get to do this. What I'm working on anyway is taking me where I want to be. But yeah, it's hard, but I've done hard things before. If I did that, I most probably can do this again. How can I make this more fun? Maybe I'll listen to music, in the background, lo-fi music, or I'll reward myself with a matcha after. Same workload, different mindset, completely different energy. What if you just start choosing joy over the struggle? So in that example I gave earlier, notice the change in wording from I have to do this to I choose to do this. That small change gives you back so much control and makes you feel in charge of your own life. Based on the example earlier, taking it a step further by making it fun. Instead of seeing your tasks as a chore, turn them into a challenge, like a side quest in a game. If I complete this, I'll reward myself with matcha. Doesn't that sound way more fun and actually motivating? If I turn on a lo-fi music, what if I light a candle while I'm doing my work? It's those small things, whatever works for you. It all comes down to rewiring your mindset, changing the script of how you choose to do things. It's your life, so why not make it feel good? Why are you purposely making things harder for yourself? Just give yourself permission to feel good. And you may be okay, how am I even gonna feel good when there's just so many problems, so much things to worry about, to stress about? But girl, happiness is a choice. It's always the way you view things. Where focus goes, energy flows. So if you focus on, all the bad things, all the things you have to do, feeling so stressed about it, thinking of the worst thing, you will naturally feel dreadful. You'll naturally feel stressed. But if you choose to focus on, okay, this is easy actually, like I've done hard things, I can do this again, you're gonna be more motivated to do the work. Once you decide to feel good now, the next step is to be present. Stop obsessing over the outcome. Like, think about it, like the reason you are so stressed is because you are only allowing yourself to relax once you've hit that goal. You're holding your happiness like hostage. Like, I can't be happy unless this happens and this and this and this. You tell yourself that you don't deserve it yet. Like, you're so focused on the outcome of this certain thing, or if this person does anything, or if I get this thing that I want, then I'm gonna be happy. While you're stuck in that process of like stressing and pressuring yourself, you don't know that life is literally passing you by. If you're watching this, chances are you're in your 20s. You're only this young, this energetic, this adventurous right now. And instead of just fully living in the present and enjoying where you are, you're so fixated on the future and things that have not yet happened. And like, you're looking at, okay, I still have to accomplish this. You know, I can't be fully satisfied where I'm at. For what though? Like, why are you doing that? Fear of failure? Worrying about things that probably won't even happen? I get it, like we think about the worst case scenario, but be honest with yourself. Like, how often did the worst case scenario actually happen? The point that I want to make is like, life is already beautiful. There's just so much happiness in the little moments. Like, though you may not be exactly where you want to be just yet, though you may not have accomplished all your dreams just yet, you know, there is so much beauty you can find in the present. For me at work, like, I appreciate it. Like, when I buy myself a matcha at lunch, like, it makes me so happy. Or say if I'm talking with my workmates and like they tell me a funny story or a joke, it just makes my day. It just makes me so energized and happy. As simple as like when I cuddle my cat when I go home and I feel the love. It's just those little things. Master Oogway in Kung Fu Panda, he was like, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Wow! It's like literally my favorite quote ever. And I just searched that up right now. My gosh. That brings me to my last point. The key to feeling good is gratitude. It's like an instant hack to raise your vibes. It's like a universal law. Like, the more you acknowledge what you have, the more you're grateful for it, the more that you will attract more of it. Here's like the problem with like most of us. Like, we are stuck in that instant gratification mindset. We chase the next thing, the next goal. Like, we can't fully like savor what we already have because we are just so focused on the next. Like, the grass is always greener on the other side. When we've lost it, like, that's when we realize what a good thing we actually had and we didn't appreciate it. We never really fully appreciate what's in front of us. Here's a simple habit you could try. It's keeping a gratitude checklist. Sounds cheesy, I know, but it works so good. Start with choosing at least 3 things to be grateful for. I woke up this morning. I was able to take a shower. I have a roof under my head. I was able to get to work safely. I was able to arrive home safely. Once you start, you'll just keep going and going. And before you know it, like, you suddenly start feeling really good. Your mood lifts, your perspective shifts. You feel more inspired rather than drained. At the end of the day, your perception is your reality. Your attitude, like, that's always within your control. It's like what you really think, that's what will happen. Sometimes it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's so powerful because your thoughts literally shape your world. If you believe life is hard, life will always be hard. When you shift that belief, your whole world changes. Like, if you think, oh, this is easy, this is actually fun to do, then, you know, that energy is gonna carry over and make you actually do things easily. Like what Miley Cyrus' song says, ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side, it's the climb. Life is a climb, it's a process. Most of our lives, we are gonna spend it working towards something. Life itself is a journey, it's a process. The mountain may be steep, it may be scary, it might be overwhelming, but why not enjoy the view while you're at it? Why not make it fun? Because when you do, it's gonna be easier. You step into that flow state, and like that flow state is actually the best, most effortless, joyful state you could be in. Things will just click because you're just so focused, you're in a good space. You'll find yourself like already done the thing that you wanted to do. Yeah, I just wanted to make this video because sometimes like we are so focused on our goals that we've taken it so seriously. We've put in so much pressure on ourselves that we choose to forget what really is important. And the importance is that we have fun while we're at it. We feel good because, you know, that's what life is about. You know, you're here to enjoy life. You're not here to work your ass off. So lighten up, romanticize your journey. It doesn't have to be hard. It's hard because you say it's hard. Like, think of all the times that you thought you couldn't handle this or you couldn't finish this, but then you actually did. Like, somehow you made it. You've done it. And you stressed for nothing. The time you spent worrying was the time like you could have spent treating yourself or being more present with the people you love or doing things you actually want to do. How you get to where you want to be, it all starts with feeling good. How can I feel good at this moment? And I gave some practical steps earlier. I hope you smile more. I hope you laugh more. I hope you love more, because that is the best place to start. Just know that I'm rooting for you always. And that wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun making this video. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you in my next